Have you ever wondered what it would be like going to an actual video game itself? Well, in 1991, a pair of kids would actually get a chance to go into an actual game. Get ready as I talk about Nick Arcade today on the Wide World of Game Shows. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews presents Wide World of Game Shows. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm Doyle, the Big D to y'all, and I'm back again with another episode of the Wide World of Game Shows. Today's game I'm going to be talking about will be another one of the main great game shows that Nickelodeon aired back in the good old days. Now, I've already talked about one of them, that being Double Dare. Now, I might not have seen all those games. I mean, like Finders Keepers. Well, I saw maybe a little bit of that, maybe not a whole lot. And I've only caught maybe, I'm not sure if I've seen a whole lot of these, but I had seen their reality game series called Wild and Crazy Kids, and also the ever popular Legends of the Hidden Temple. But there is this one game I've got to talk about, and I've got a lot of good, a little bit of a like and what have you, and sometimes a little bit of mixed feelings on this after revisiting several episodes of this. So now, without further ado, I bring to you today on the Wide World of Game Shows, Nick Arcade. Nick Arcade, or Nickelodeon Arcade, was a game show where two teams go up against each other to enter a video game world. Now, I did make an error in my intro, so I do apologize. The show originally premiered in 1992, and I gotta say, it's pretty fun. Nick Arcade was created by James Bethia and Kara Miv. The show's host was Phil Moore, with Andrea Lively announcing. Now, actually, a little slight correction. It did come out in 1992, but episodes of the show was actually taped in late 91 and aired in early the following year. Let's see. It originally started in January of that year. It aired originally during weekend afternoons with reruns airing until September of 1997. The show was taped at Nickelodeon Studios at Universal Studios Florida in Orlando. Now, in the game, two contests, in a team, played two initial trivia rounds, with the winner advancing to the video zone to play against the virtual video game wizard of the day. The show's format combined video game trivia with contestant interactive virtual reality. Now, the virtual reality games were designed by Bethia and Miv for their production company and programmed by Kurt Tamanian. If I mispronounce that, I apologize, for Saddleback Live Studios, and Dean Friedman for NVO Systems. The show was the first in America to regularly intermix live action with animation using a blue screen. Now then, each round would start, there would be 2 rounds played. Each round would start off with a face-off. It would be played, they would play different types of games that was created for this. Some of them were actually inspired by games. For example, Brainstorm, which was kind of like Pong almost, and Post Haste, which was inspired by Paperboy. Now, let's see. Now, these custom face-off games were developed by Bethia Productions in conjunction with Saddleback Live Studios and Psygnosis, who, of course, was a video game developer at the time. Now, the winner of the face-off won 25 for the first round, and then it would double for the next round, 50 points. If the face-off ended in a tie, a toss-up question was asked, and the team also earned control of the game's cartoon mascot, known as Mikey, the Video Adventurer. Now, in the main rounds, Mikey would be navigated over a thematic game board by the teams. One team was red with the other yellow. The latter, which was traditionally blue in most Nickelodeon team versus team game shows, was likely changed due to the video zone's blue chroma key setup. Then the game board was divided into 18 squares, and Mikey was moved around the board in one of four basic directions: up, down, left, or right toward a goal space on the board. You can move them diagonally, though. Now, when new squares were landed on, various events would be covered, which those would include the four P's as Phil would describe them: puzzles, points, pop quizzes, and oh, excuse me. And yeah, pop quizzes. Yeah, pop quizzes, puzzles, prizes, and points. Now, of course, the points bits were automatic point squares, and the prizes were bonus instant win. There's also video challenges where a team has to play a game for a particular system, where if it's something for game systems like the original Nintendo or the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, the TurboGrafx 16, or the Neo Geo system. Now, the latter involved one player of the team playing one of 5 video games in an attempt to beat a certain score or accomplish a certain objective within a 30-second time limit. Regardless of the outcome, both teams kept any prizes won during the first 2 rounds of the game. But also on the board are enemies, which will cause your team to lose a turn, and then it'll go back to the other point. Now, if time runs out, Phil will automatically move Mikey to the goal. The object was to get Mikey to the goal, as discussed above. More often than not, the round would end prematurely due to time constraints. In such cases, Mikey was moved directly to the goal, and a question was asked. The first team to buzz in with the correct answer received the goal points. After the round ends, the contents of the remaining squares were revealed. And round 2 was played the same way, but with point values doubled. Now, of some of the other things here, let's see. Another one of the things here, I will explain about the puzzle, what have you. It's a video puzzle. There were different puzzles played. They include video puzzles identifying the artist in a music video with a scrambled picture and recalling a series of images flashed rapidly on the screen. Let's see. Now, another thing you might encounter, if by any chance you take Mikey in a different direction or to the same place that he has already been on, a time bomb would occur, and the controlling team would have to spell a word within 10 seconds, alternating letters back and forth. If a team correctly spelled a word, they kept control. Otherwise, the other team could gain control regardless of the outcome. No points were awarded. Alright, after 2 rounds, the winning team will go to the video zone, a live-action video game with 3 levels. Using a video monitor to see themselves, the contestants will be backstage climbing ladders, throwing snowballs, and using a boat in front of a blue screen, attempting to achieve previously explained goals, which was always to obtain 3 objects for each level. As in a traditional video game, players could be damaged by hazards and enemy characters. If they lost all of their powers points, which is 5 units, as shown by an on-screen gauge, the screen would fade to gray. They would have to start the stage over and repeat its objects until successful. Now, they have to press start to continue. For the first 2 rounds and what have you. In addition, each level contained a power-up that appeared periodically, and that when touched, gave the player an added advantage in that level, destroying all off-screen enemies, freezing enemies for 5 seconds, rendering them harmless, or restoring the team's power meter to maximum. They had a minute to do this, 60 seconds, clear all 3 levels. Each item touched one the team $50 to split, and each level cleared won a prize of increasing value. Successfully being the game wizard in the final level won the grand prize, which was usually a vacation. But if time ran out before the team completed the game, the losing horns, in the style of an evil laugh sounded, the screen faded to red and game over appears. Now then, now they changed different games and what have you. Now for the first level, this was used for season 1. Included Jungle Fever, Alien Moonbase, or Ancient Tomb. Now Ancient Tomb was used in season 1 only. Later on, there'd be 2 new level ones added to in season 2, which were Monsters on the Loose and Haunted Museum. Level 2 consisted of what could be the Runaway Rail Car, which was only in the first season, Nile River Raft, Mini Maze, Cliffhanger, which that's extremely difficult, and Food Fight. Season 2 was added, had added Subsurge, Enchanted Flight, and Snow Slingers. After you completed all those, you will go to level 3, the Wizard level. Now, both players are involved and they shared one energy gauge only, which was a face-off against one of the 3 villains that rotated throughout the show's run. That could be the evil wizard Murloc, who conjured lightning bolts, a fireball-throwing sorceress named Scorcha, and the armor-clad monster Mongo, who tossed balls of energy. To defeat them, the players had to touch 3 orbs before the time limit expired if they got time to spare. While trying to avoid the game wizard and the projectiles he or she was throwing. The ghostly creatures flying around the room and the beams of lightning, fire, or energy, depending on who they take on, that erupted from the ground. If either player touched a spinning hourglass that randomly appeared, all enemies and hazards would be immobilized and rendered harmless for 5 seconds. Upon their defeat, Murloc would disintegrate into a pile of dust, Scorcha would burn to ashes and blow away, and Mongo would vanish in a flash of light, leaving only his armor behind. The message, "You did! You beat the game," would appear. In the game show's history, there is only one episode when one team won the grand prize when they defeated the wizard with 1 second left. Screen turned red and the words "Game Over" appeared on the screen instead of showing "You did, you beat the game" appearing on the screen, possibly because of an error. Yep. Anyway, so now you know about that. But anyway, I really think that was a real challenge and what have you. Now, there has been several pilot episodes as well. Also, later on in the series, a few of these had included in the second season cast from Nickelodeon programs like Welcome Freshmen, Salute Your Shorts, and Clarissa Explains It All, which that happens to be my next video I'll be doing next time in the TV log. They appear on 3 special celebrity episodes to compete for charity during the second season. Really cool. And future NSYNC member Joy Fatone actually appeared in 1 episode. As a contestant, of course, using his full given name, Joseph. So anyway, yeah. They even tried to make a revival, but they failed to. But anyway, I think Nick Arcade's pretty cool. Let's see. Hang on, I gotta get some. After a total of 84 episodes were produced and aired during its 2-season run, the show ended in November of '92. But again, it, however, continued in reruns until September of 1997. You can find probably about every episode available on Paramount Plus. If you have a recollection of the show, then, I'd say this is a show you might want to check out. and even get introduced to some of the fun-filled games and what have you. Give me a moment. I'll give you a shout in case you've never seen the show. That's Phil Moore. He's the host of the show. Yeah, I will say that Nick Arcade is pretty cool. It's kind of underrated though, even though despite its short stay. But even so, it still had a lot of fun, what have you. I just have one big downside that some of the contestants don't even stop to think of where they want to move Mikey. Yeah, that's kind of a big downside for me. But look, you don't have to take my word for it. We're all entitled to think what we do is best, just in case we're scared that there's an enemy on the next spot of the board that you could have went to or missed or what have you. Well, yeah, you get the point. Okay, enough said. So Nick Arcade, definitely fun. If you have Paramount Plus, give it a shot. You might enjoy it. So anyway, that'll do it for this vid. What do you think? Have you ever watched Nick Arcade? You can tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And next time I'll be giving you the TV log of Clarissa Explains It All. Thanks for watching. If you like this, consider checking out some of these previous Wide World of Games shows episodes. In the upper left hand corner is the episode I had previously done on another Nickelodeon game show, that being Double Dare. The upper right hand corner is the the episode I did on Wheel of Fortune. Or if you would like, go to the bottom left hand corner, and if you want something different, go to the bottom left hand corner and see the TV log I had done on Square One TV, which also had game shows on where kids were contestants most of the time. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the wide world of game shows, then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and I'll have a new episode possibly coming up soon. I don't know when yet, but maybe I'll get one next month. Stay tuned, details to follow. I'll give you a heads up. It's another one of the longest running game shows out there that's still out there. Okay? Don't guess though, okay? Just stay tuned for it. Okay? Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.